So
You can't hear yourself.
as long as you can hear me.
You can't hear yourself at all.
I can hear you.
Maybe get a little closer then.
I can well, even when I get closer, I can barely.
If you do this, do you hear yourself?
Barely.
Barely. Talk loud.
Yes, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Okay. There we go. There we go. So it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was you.
Yeah, it was my fault. It was my fault all along.
All right, that's all right.
Okay.
Well,
3, 2,
2,
1. Podcasting.
Podcast! Yeah, welcome to another episode, or actually the first official episode of Captain Aidan
And Dom the Swab.
Yeah, welcome. So, as you know, I am Captain Aidan. This is my long-time buddy, Dominic.
Hi.
Hashtag, or I should say, AKA Dom the Swab.
At Dominic Rules.
At Dominic Rules, if you're looking for a handle to find him at. But yeah.
And yeah, we've been friends for a while. We are starting a podcast just to have a real good reason and excuse to
Hang
out and just get together. It's a real good excuse to hang out.
Yeah.
And
He's also been trying to get me to do this for like 4 years, 5 years now.
a while.
Like, Aidan, you have a following. Let's do a podcast.
Been trying not to twist your arm too bad about it.
No.
But like, that's why I sent you like the song, the opening song. I bet you if I send him the idea for the song for the podcast,
Yeah, he wrote a song.
That'll light a fire for
and
you.
he sent it to me, and it was pretty
The
awesome.
theme song.
The theme song, yeah.
And sure enough,
I was like,
you're like, I'm ready to do this.
I was like, I'm so down. Let's do this.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Also, Jeff Wittick also inspired me too. I think also watching him at the same time you're sending me that song, I'm just like, fuck, how can I not?
Yeah. It was meant,
how can I not?
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
So let's get into some stuff. How has your week been?
It's been really good. It's been really busy. Just working, dealing with cleaning up the house and reorganizing, getting ready for baby. Baby's gonna be here in 9 weeks.
Okay, that's like a real thing happening.
It's a real
now.
thing. So just trying to get our
you've been
gears
getting
in order and trying to.
A lot of diapers. Gave you a lot of free stuff when Roxanne and I had our kid. We were so thankful for everyone that gave us like all their baby stuff, and like, wow, we didn't have to get too much. We got like a lot of awesome stuff, like a stroller, a crib, all that fun stuff. And I now realize what they were going through when they were giving us their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it to you now.
Yeah, we will soon be doing it to someone else.
Yeah, I'm like, here, take all this baby stuff I don't use anymore.
Yeah.
Please take it. I feel bad if I throw it away.
Yeah,
but
for
take
sure.
it and use it.
We've been very appreciative of everything we've gotten. We've gotten so much stuff, and we couldn't be more thankful. So yeah, thank you.
That's great. What's the exact due date for the baby?
October 30th.
Ooh, a Halloween baby.
Mm-hmm. So October is going to be interesting because we got your birthday on the 26th, your mom's and my mom's. Of course, she's passed, but my mom's was on the 27th. Mine's on the 28th. And baby's is going to be the 30th. So like October, just end of it. It's just going to be party after party after party.
What's roughly 9 months before October? It's like January.
What do you mean? Before?
Yeah, before October. Like, why is October such a hot month? It seems like it.
Well, Valentine's Day.
No, is it? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. That's conception.
I think it's more like January, and it's like the coldest time in Texas.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's my guess.
It's Valentine's. I was conceived around Valentine's. I'm pretty sure you were too, given you're also a Scorpio. And then yeah, because that's when we conceived was around Valentine's, and then we got pregnant, and then baby's due October 30th. It's
happening. So you're gonna have a little rug rat.
Yeah.
Making up the beginning of having a kid
is easy.
Is the easiest part actually.
It's whenever they can start crawling and walking and getting into stuff.
Newborn to about 4 months, they are pretty chill. They just want to sleep most of the time, but it's that weird time. You and Heather are gonna take turn sleeping like it's trench warfare, like the newborn, like the first couple weeks at least.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna always want like one person to be awake, just in case.
Well, our case is gonna be very interesting. So our baby's gonna have open heart surgery. We don't know if it's gonna be immediately after birth or sometime like a month later or something. But for sure, at 1 year old, they're gonna have it. But there might be another one before then.
They're like it's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. There's gonna have to be a surgery.
Oh man, I'm real sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So with the first month we might not even get to see them because they're going to be in the hospital. Obviously, open heart surgery is a big thing, and then with COVID, only one person can go. So only at a time too that day. So if Heather goes, only that one parent. So yeah, it's going to be really tricky and it's going to be hard, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to make it work somehow. We make everything work. We'll figure it out.
It's gonna be okay.
But yeah, we're not too stressed about it. We met the surgeons and we met the team, and they're great. They're very optimistic. Or no, I shouldn't even say that. They see nothing but good things so far, even though there has to be a surgery. So there's a good outcome from all of this, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the name of the exact thing that's causing this?
They changed it. It was a corrective transposition of the great artery. There was a new name for it now. I can't even remember it, but it still has to do with like the great artery in the heart and everything. But pretty much when the heart developed, it developed backwards, and it started correcting itself. Amazingly enough, and then there were some other issues with there being a hole in the heart, and then there was another valve that they couldn't get a good look at because the baby's heart's the size of like a quarter right now.
That's real little.
So getting a good look at the valves is just kind of hard at this point. So they're kind of guesstimating, but they're trying to keep a close eye on it just so we can properly prepare for whenever they come.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just taking it one day at a time.
Do you have like a little space already dedicated for?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is it like decorative, or is it just the stuff right now?
Yes and no. We've kind of redecorated our apartment to kind of be just more our style, not necessarily like for a boy or for a girl. But yeah, we have a space. I put a space next to my side of the bed for the bassinet because I have like insomnia anyway, so I'm gonna be up probably with the baby more often than Heather, and I'm fine with it. I'll be up anyway, so I'll do the feeding.
Whatever you do, just don't wake them up.
Yeah,
They're gonna tell you
yeah.
at the hospital they have to feed every 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I've
And
seen friends,
and you're
so
like so brand new. You're like, I gotta obey that no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. But that's like the first thing I learned with not only watching Friends, but like just having nieces and nephews. Like, don't wake them up. When
Friends
they're
is so
sleeping.
educational.
It's to a degree. But yeah. So that's kind of, we know not to do that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's still gonna be exciting. Heather is still healthy, and she herself, the pregnancy isn't high risk. Just the baby is high risk because once the baby is separated from the mother, we don't know how well the heart's going to do on its own. So that's why the baby's going to be in the hospital. But, like I said, it'll be fine. We'll make do.
Cool. Is there anything you're trying to like get done before like you become like a dad, or like before your child is born?
I've just been watching insane amount of YouTube videos on like Dad 101, Dad.
So you're just
like,
preparing.
Yeah,
you're
just
being,
anything.
You're being super dad over here.
Anything I can, just any like any knowledge from other fathers, like just shit that they've learned, like hard, firsthand, or just hard way, how to learn things the hard way. Just give me that information. I'll take it.
Yeah. I hate when a lot of like people you barely know are trying to give you like child advice, like, hello stranger that I don't know, you're gonna give me like purely situational advice.
See, situational advice, I'm just like, thank you.
To what you were doing.
Yeah, I think that like I got that. Maybe like other things I might not know, or just like, hey, your baby's gonna pee in the bed. Maybe have like a separate or another layer of mats and sheets underneath, so when you pull it off, it'll already be set with like an extra clean sheets, and you don't have to do it in the middle of the night. Like, that was helpful. Thank you. I wouldn't have known to have done that.
I feel like no one prepared me for the amount of times like my little baby was gonna fart, because it was so cute and it happened all the time, and he would just be like a little fart machine on top of you sleeping.
Yeah. That's cute.
I'm like, no one said this. This is hilarious. I'm like having to like contain like laughter while like he's trying to like sleep.
Yeah, that's cute. I can't wait. But yeah, just like little things like that, like I don't mind. But like situational things, it's like I can have common sense. I can figure it out. But like for things you don't typically think of every day, like things like that, like I'll take it for sure.
So you've been pulling around.
I have been pulling around. I've been pulling around for a while, dude. Like almost 10 years.
Yeah, that's like a really cool job.
Yeah, I just kind of stumbled into it, honestly.
I design pools.
I design swimming pools. That's
a pretty cool flex.
Yeah, everyone's like, how did you start? I want to become one. It was honestly like, I just kind of fell into it. I started cleaning pools and doing like very basic like pool maintenance, like very basic. Like I wasn't like taking apart motors and fixing them and putting them back together. I was like doing like filter cleans and like just basic shit, like And my wife's stepfather wanted to start a business of designing swimming pools, and he asked me, he was like, "Hey, would you ever consider like learning how to do this? Is this something that would interest you?" And I was just like, "Hell yeah, anything to get me out of the fucking sun." Like in Texas heat, cleaning the sun or cleaning the pools,
It's rough.
it was rough.
It's
I'm
rough
just like,
working
I'll do it,
outside in
but
the
man,
summer.
if you can offer me something that pays more and I don't have to be in this heat, hell fucking yes, I'll learn how to do it.
Like, sure.
Yeah, so he set it up. He set up the courses and everything for me to like take to learn to do it. It wasn't long. It was like online.
So wait, there's like a certification to be a pool designer?
Yeah, there is.
Whoa.
I mean, you can, of course, with anything you do, you kind of have to be certified and know how to do it.
Yeah. But there's just certain things you don't hear about having certifications.
Yeah. I mean, like I didn't like have to go to like intense schooling or anything. It was just like an online course, and then
That's
like
cool.
it was like a basic online course
Yeah.
too, and like super basic. Like it was very easy to pass. And then as soon as I passed it, I had to work 5 years underneath someone, directly under the lead designer, to basically learn firsthand knowledge off of him, in addition to like the book knowledge that I learned and everything, just to have like. Because of course everyone's backyards are different. Not everyone's elevations are the same. The build is going to be different. So I had to learn, and I had to learn firsthand from him, and it was great. I loved working underneath. His name was Chuck Simpson. You know, he designed swimming pools for 30 years, and he's designed most swimming pools in Houston. And I'm happy to say that I've started to.
He's the poolist.
He's the poolist. Yeah, yeah, dude. He inspired me to like just fucking just design, just work hard, and his worth ethic was like insane. He was like in his 70s, came from retirement, and was just like, I fuck retirement. I don't want to do it anymore. I've always built pools. Let me keep building pools. And whenever he was diagnosed with cancer, he was still designing pools. Like he'd wake up, go to his chemotherapy, he'd come back in, he'd sit with me, and we would design a pool together. Like fucking hands down, like hands to him. Like he just fucking.
I love how clearly passionate you are about making pools.
Yeah, dude, I love it. It's like I love it, and then like him like just teaching me how to do it, and like passing that passion off to me.
Serious about pools.
Yeah, dude. He's like, if you can do
It's
it,
really
if
cool.
you're doing what you're loving, if you do what you love every day,
It's like architecture.
yeah, I
pretty
think
much.
yeah, totally.
Like,
if you do what you love every day, then I think you're a millionaire in my opinion.
yeah.
So, but yeah, he taught me everything I know, so I've been kind of doing that. And just
My coolest
designing
job was working at the candy shop.
I loved it when you worked at.
It was a
the
pretty
candy shop,
sweet
dude.
job.
Yeah, sweet indeed.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just basic retail in downtown Houston. It's no longer there. It was called Candylicious. I loved that job. I would make candy sculptures for parties, for events. I would always make a haunted house every year for some doctor, for a bunch of kids to come and play with it. It was real fun. The last thing I made was a 6-foot dragon out of candy and
I didn't get to see that
styrofoam.
one.
It was for a Game of Thrones party back then,
Of course,
and
very
it
fitting.
was huge. I loved it. I was really proud of how I did the
Yeah, dude.
wings. I don't have any pictures of it. That was a couple phones ago.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah, right. I've always been real bad about saving photos from like old phones. Like I never got into like a good habit. Like there's at least 3 phones. Probably was
Yeah.
filled with a lot. If it didn't make it online already, it's gone for
Your
good.
MacBook too had so many pictures on.
Oh, the old MacBook
Your
from like
old-
10 years ago
yeah,
that you're
dude.
referring to
Yeah,
right now.
dude,
Like-
That MacBook had so many images on it.
Yeah, I mean, we were in a really weird transitional time of like how we kept our pictures, because like we weren't
Yeah.
really doing we weren't doing like physical photos. We weren't
Yeah.
going to 1 hour photo and like printing them out. We were just taking digitals, and we just
And then that was
assumed
before
we
the
would
cloud
always
came
have
out.
it. Yeah, way before that.
Way before the cloud.
And if it was important to us, we put it online. But
and if it was like, we didn't care, we'd had to delete it. 'cause
yeah,
we didn't have the
and then
space
if you're
for
getting
it.
like another phone, typically whenever I had to get another phone, it's because I either lost or destroyed the last phone
Yeah, same.
some way, somehow, and they're not able to recover it. So bye all those photos. And
Yeah, dude.
my first phone that I had with the potato, I don't have. I mean, I lost a lot of photos of him being born from my phone, but
yeah.
I did post a lot, and I shared them with Roxanne, so she took a lot of them. But I had a bunch that I was taking throughout that whole day. That boom, it got destroyed, and
Well, I do have some pictures from the hospital because I did take my GoPro that day.
of course you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So
I can always count on
covered.
you taking all the pictures.
I got you covered.
When When did you really start to like fall in love with like photography? I noticed like you're really like for the past few years like you're super about it. I know you've always
Well,
like liked
yeah, I've
it.
always been into it. Like I remember just being in high school and loving it. Like that was like the scene days, and I would like dress up and like just take fucking pictures of myself in my
Uh-huh.
closet. But yeah, that was like where it started. Remember, I used to do the photo shoots with you in the grave,
Yeah, we'd go to
at the
graveyards because we were
graveyards.
so dark and cool.
The gothic kids, the scene
That
gothic
was,
kids.
yeah, we were legit.
We were very legit.
It was spooky
But
going.
yeah, I've always kind of had a passion in it, and just buying new cameras and those cameras being better each
Where's a
time. And
place that
just
you would really like to go take photos at?
honestly, anywhere, dude.
Anyway,
Anywhere.
I'm such an artist. I can make it happen.
No, just anywhere is beautiful to take pictures. So anywhere. I don't think that I have like a set place I'd want to go. I take my camera with me everywhere. Just everywhere is a good place to shoot.
I'm surprised you're not like already trying to do like professional photography. I think you would
It's
kill it.
nerve wracking.
I bet.
And a lot of pressure, and I'm just like, oh man, I buckle under the pressure of having to be responsible for capturing someone's special moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I applaud like photographers, like seriously, like our good friend Rachel, who does like all of our photos. Like
She's an
she
amazing
yeah,
photographer.
she'll like book like wedding after wedding after wedding. I'm just like, that is so much
Check the
responsibility.
comments for her handle.
Yeah, well, definitely go check her out if you're in Houston or even Austin. She'll travel. She's great. But yeah, just I applaud her for just being able to just travel like that and just take pictures and just you know just hold that responsibility.
Being a photographer, you're like, this is what I saw.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
That's a cool job.
It is. It is a cool job for sure. For sure. Yeah. So, how was your week?
My week was all right. I've been in real estate school,
Nice.
and I've been just doing that online and getting through it. I'm gonna try different career paths, so I'm
Very cool.
not in retail anymore, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I just watched my son a whole lot. Trying to teach him how to high five, and he does not know how to high five.
We'll get him there.
We're really trying.
We'll get him there.
He'll just tell me to clap my own hands.
Yeah.
Like he would rather see that than give me a high five. He's like, clap your own hands. Appreciate me. Like
Yeah.
he won't do anything. He'll just like run in a circle and he's like, you better clap your hands.
It's a good age. What is he? 1.5, right?
2.5.
2.5. 2.5.
He'll be turning 3 in February.
Jesus, I'm horrible with
He's-
ages. I'll learn.
he's
I'll
pretty
quick. I'll
big.
learn quick. I'm about to have one. I'll learn quick. But well, I mean, he's just always been big. He's always been bigger for his age. So
Yeah.
it's easy to
They
forget
say
his
he's in the
age.
94th
Percentile.
percentile,
Damn.
and the pediatrician claims that he will be 6'4" by the time he's like.
Well, I mean,
an
your
adult.
dad's tall, and
He's not that tall. My dad's like 6 foot. I'm
Well, how tall is Roxanne's dad?
6 foot.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what it is. He's
Because
he's
you're
like-
definitely not
he's-
6 foot,
I'm-
6'4".
Yeah, I'm definitely not 6'4". I might be 6 foot. I might.
You might be like 5'11".
But he's built like a football player. He's
He
huge.
really is. He's huge. He's huge.
He really likes cars.
Yeah, he is. He has a passion for those cars. The coolest cars too.
But how about we get into some fan questions that got asked?
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Let me open this up.
We're not sponsored, by the way, but if you'd love, to sponsor us,
Carbach.
Carbach, we'd love it. Since we're from Houston, we got that Houston love, H-Town pride.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this person's name. Elsa Marindo. This person asked, "Are you ready to parenthood?" That's how they phrased it. Are you ready to parenthood?
I am about as prepared as any first-time parent is.
You're ready to do it.
I'm ready.
All right. This next person has a pretty interesting name. In the Valley of the Blind asked, "So excited. How are you feeling about becoming a dad? I know it's been like a dream."
Yeah, I think you answered it. You summed it up. It still feels like a dream. It still doesn't feel real. I look at Heather's belly and I tell her all the time, like, holy shit, you're pregnant. And she's like, yeah, dude, there's a child and they're moving right now. It's like, it's still very surreal for the both of us.
Yeah,
It's even like, it's just, it's so crazy.
it's still surreal for me to even think about like having a kid, right? I'm like, oh yeah,
like, I have one of those.
yeah.
Like, I gotta.
You got something that you really have to take care of.
Yeah.
A lot of responsibility there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely all excitement.
That's cool. Let's see who else we got. Gin Juice 72 asked, funniest memory together.
What is our funniest memory together?
I don't know. I'm just always pretty much having a good time with you. Let me think of a specific funny moment.
I think the moment that stands out the most is when I first met you. When we were at the apartment in the Galleria area.
The Galleria area.
And you climbed up the tree with Sean, and you jumped.
Yeah, that's how we would make our entrances.
You jumped through the window, and he like crashed the party. And yeah, it was fun. It was funny. I was like, who are these guys?
We were urban like that. We would just enter in whichever way we wanted. Yeah. Climb in through the tree, go up the second story, and be like, what? Did we just do that?
Yeah. Just casually like rolled in and then just stood up and then just like casually walked off and like got a beer.
Yeah,
like,
just wanted to make an entrance. That was like 13, 15 years ago. That's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. We were like 16, 17.
Something like that. We were like 16 when we met, I want to say, or 17.
I think we were 17 when we met.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you kind of being quiet.
Oh, yeah. Before my transition, spoiler alert, if you're new to the channel, I'm trans.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're transgender?
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, he knew me before my transition, but before my transition, I was definitely way quieter. I didn't talk nearly as much as I do now. I just was like fearful of talking, just like could not stand.
I remember you coming over to my apartment in Conroe. It was my first apartment.
Yeah,
and it was when we really started to hang out, and you were just like, I want to hang out like every day, and
yeah,
I was like,
dude.
all right. And I would just make all kinds of munchies. We would go mess around town. We would watch
Jackass
a dozen times in a row.
Yeah,
good
dude.
times.
Good times.
Real good times. Sean had a
dome.
Had a dome. He had a hut he built in the woods by an apartment complex during a drought.
It was a very proper dome too. It was like
it was tribal. It was tribal. It was neat.
Fuck.
We would hang out there.
Yeah,
and not do anything illegal in there. We would just hang out there, just obeying the law. And then the drought ended, and the area like flooded. And it's been flooded ever since. And that was a little period of time. The dome.
I remember just sitting out there and just seeing a deer all majestically, and they couldn't see us because we were in the dome and we're kind of hidden by like the leaves and everything. It's just like, let's look at that beautiful deer. This is so majestic.
Yeah, there's all kinds of animals out here in Conroe. Like you can see like wild hogs if you're lucky.
Yeah. It was cool.
All right, let's see what other kind of questions I got here. Bawman.vr asked, what was your first job and how far were you regarding your transition?
My first job was with you at Victoria's Secret.
That was your first job?
That was my first job. And that's where I met Heather.
Oh, that I knew that.
Yeah, that was my first job. Our old buddy, ex-old buddy of ours, worked there before us.
And hooked us up.
Hooked us up with a job.
Hooked us up with a job. And it was real funny because I thought I was going to work in the back room.
Yeah.
And you were going to work on the floor, like selling bras or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was completely reversed.
Yeah, they put me in the back and Dom was selling bras and perfume.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Alrighty.
This is how it happened. You worked there only for about
a year.
A year? That's it?
Yeah. And then I quit, and then I went and worked in the pool industry, and then
the rest is history.
Rest is history. Yeah, dude. But that was my first job. Yeah, is selling bras or stocking.
You were putting them out. They were all about Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, dude.
Sizing. Learned so much. Got so much free stuff.
I did get certified in bra measurement, so I can measure some.
They taught me, but I wasn't like allowed to do it on customers. But they're like, you got to know how to do it. I'm like, okay.
Like
It was a weird job. It was fun. I was there for like 3 years.
thought you were there longer.
I
like
was
5.
I worked them. I only worked for Victoria's Secret for 3 years,
Okay.
and by the time I left, I was like a manager, and
Yeah.
that was all right. I had so much free stuff from
Yeah, dude.
whenever
Like
new
every
stuff
like
would
3
come,
months, they give you free bras. They just
and perfume
if
or
even if you're a
makeup.
male employee, they will give you free shit.
Yeah, because they just want you to be able to speak to it.
Yeah, they want you to like
That helps you like sell
testify
it.
that it's good and all
I
that
had like
good
a
shit.
closet full of stuff, and I was like, man, this is getting kind of absurd of like
Yeah.
all the perfume they would be giving me and stuff. And
All the
but
bras.
everyone missed it when I because I was the last one to leave Victoria's Secret, and everyone
Yeah.
wanted to use like my discount or whatever.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. No more.
No more. I think we might have one more question. Oh, I didn't see this one. Raging River 8 asked, why do you refer to yourself as Captain? Happy face.
I don't know, dude. I just always refer to myself as captain. Like the last 6 years.
Do you like
7 years.
nautical stuff?
I love nautical shit,
So
man.
that's probably why. Do
Yeah.
you ever like want to go like sailing or anything like that?
I want a boat so bad, but Heather keeps trying to like tell me no. I mean, she does tell me no. It's
I
not
don't
like she
think that's
keeps trying to tell me no. She
that's-
tells me no. She says, of course, if Kimmy and Jason, their parents having boats, they're like, you're not going to use it as much as you think. But I'm just like, guys, I would totally use the boat as much as you think. I just think Heather doesn't want me to go.
What kind of
She
boat
doesn't want
are
me
you
to be
talking
gone
about
for
here?
as
What kind of
long.
boat are you wanting here?
I just want just a boat that will float.
A boat that
and
floats.
A boat
That's
that
a-
floats, and I can sit down and I
Do
can
you want it
fish.
to be like what? Do you want to like? So you just want to fish? Do you want it to have like cabin space inside of it?
I
Do you
want a little bit of cabin space, a little bit of deck space. I just
Uh-huh.
want to be able to have like maybe max 5 people on the boat. Anything more is pushing it. And I just want to be able to like just drink
no
my
crew
beer.
members.
Well, single man boat. I wouldn't need crew. But if I wanted to have friends come along, have some friends. Not.
Do you
too
want it
much.
mainly for like lakes, or do you want to like go out in the ocean and go get one?
It would be nice to just kind of have the option to do both. But if I had to choose, I'd probably choose lake just for it being
Lake's
a little
more
bit,
party.
Yeah, just for it to a little bit more party, a little bit more, fishing. You don't have to deal with like the waves and like all the motion of the ocean.
Alrighty. I want to learn how to sail. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be so dope. I
think
would
that-
love to get my pilot's license. I've been saying that since like
And,
high
like,
school.
fly?
And flying.
Oh, forget that.
I
I don't need to be
love
up
it.
there.
I love it. Well, I don't know, something about it. I'm fearful of heights, but like something about it is just I don't know. The thought of
Oh,
learning
the
how to fly is okay.
the Bomman.vr. We didn't quite finish really answering his or her question, because they're asking like what your first job was, and we answered that. But then
Yeah.
they're asking like how far along were you during your transition?
Oh, I had not even started my transition. Like I was years from coming out.
How old were you when you started?
When I came out, I was 23.
Okay.
When I started working, I was probably like 19. I think 18, 19. when I
Yeah, you started working at like 19. Yeah.
So I didn't come out until like 23.
Yeah, so it was a little bit down from there.
Yeah, for sure. It was like years later.
All right, going on to the last question here. I think they pronounce their name Air Ja. It's like AIRE_JAH.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the new laws taking effect September 1st in Texas?
And I think they were also being specific on the ones too. I think it was like HB. Was it 1923?
1927.
1927.
Constitutional.
The constitutional carry.
Yeah, I think that's the gun one.
Yeah, that is the gun one. So I was reading a little bit about it, and from what I gathered, and this is in Texas, by the way. So any adult 21 years of age and older can just acquire a gun without having a license, without acquiring
Can
a
open
license.
carry.
Well, they can get a gun without a license, and they don't have to take any type of courses or classes into obtaining that gun.
Yeah, I think it.
That's what I gathered from it. I could be wrong, but that's what
I don't think
that's
you
what
don't
I got
necessarily have
from
to
it.
take a course to purchase a gun. I think this one is more pertaining to the open carry of a gun. I'm looking at right now. This is real time.
Real time. We're gonna look this up really
correcting
quick
ourselves.
because we don't want to, speak on things that aren't correct.
But yeah, I saw it was definitely with something with being 21 and open carry. Churches can't be closed. Medical marijuana.
do you hear that, Joel Osteen?
For
Churches
veterans,
can't
that's
be closed.
awesome. Alcohol to go is here to stay.
I did hear that. I did hear that, and I was just like,
It,
all
it
right,
ain't going nowhere.
it's not going
I
nowhere.
cannot find it right now, but I swear I read it, but I could be wrong. But it sounds like that's what it's for.
Yeah. Which, in any case, how I feel. I mean, I'm from Texas. I've always been around guns. I believe if you want to have a gun, you should be able to, within reason. I think you should go through the proper channels of making sure you do have your license, making sure you do take classes so that you are well versed in that weapon, so that you and every person around you are, safe. There can be people out there who can mishandle guns. I've had people in my family mishandle guns. I've had my cousin not only shoot himself, but he shot my grandmother. I've had an uncle also shoot himself handling a gun. They weren't licensed. Had they been licensed and knew what they were doing and how to operate that gun, I don't feel that would have happened. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not against people having guns. If you want to have them, just go through the proper channels.
It's Texans over the age of 21 will now be able to carry a handgun without a license in Texas.
Which is
constitutional carry.
I wish they would just,
like,
I don't know.
Last year in September, or it might have been like 2 years ago. That's when now you can carry like a sword if you want. Like they lifted the ban on certain knife laws, and you can, if the business doesn't have a problem with you carrying it, you can just carry it around if you want. Like I guess too many Texans were carrying around like big buck knives, and they're like, oh no, that's bigger than 4 inches. You can't have that knife.
I mean, I did have a huge knife that I used to keep in the back of like in my truck, like the very back seat. So if anything happened, I could just have something at my disposal to like protect myself with. But
I can't keep up with like a pocket knife, like sunglasses. Like I don't want to get like a nice pair of sunglasses.
Oh no, this was no pocket knife. This was like a proper Bowie knife.
I'm gonna defeat you.
This was like if there's a dinosaur out there, I would be able to puncture its skin. But I do carry a knife too, a pocket knife.
Like I think I do agree everyone should be able to like buy a gun, but like having that law like without a license to carry, it's like just like encouraging it. It's like trying to say that we're living in a third world country right now, and it makes it seem like there's a need for everyone to carry more guns. And like
it's just
like,
scary.
why?
I would just rather.
Like I went into a Walmart and some dude literally had a rifle just like on his back walking around Walmart. Just all proud of it. I'm like, what are you afraid of coming to Walmart? Like, who's after you?
I don't know. Just
and he's wearing
small dick syndrome.
He's like wearing camo. I'm like, don't worry, they can't see you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're invisible. Let's see what else is going on September 1st. There's beer and wine sales on Sundays. That's going to be at 10 a.m. to midnight instead of 12 p.m. to midnight, which is all right. There's been like a handful of times I wanted to like buy alcohol like on a Sunday, and I'm like, oh no, it's not 12 o'clock yet. I'm trying to be a criminal now buying this alcohol before 12 o'clock.
I always thought that rule was stupid because like I'm all for separation of church and state. So if you want to be I'm not religious, by the way. So if you are religious, completely fine. You do you, I'm gonna do me. But I don't like being told I can't drink on a Sunday because of your religion. But that's just me.
I don't know if it's like, it's not like the religion itself is saying don't. I don't really know enough to really say that. Because like after like the big prohibition thing, when alcohol laws were lifted, they left it up to the states. So each state kind of just had their way with how they wanted to handle alcohol. And we were in one of those weird states that's like, not before 12 o'clock on Sunday. No way. I always thought that was strange. Like I remember being a cashier at somewhere.
And I remember working and selling alcohol too, and just
and be like, oh yeah, you can't buy this yet, haha.
Yeah, I had a
like,
part-time job at World Market, and I had to sell alcohol. I worked there for like a month or two, seasonal, and there was a new rule to me, and I didn't aware, and I almost sold someone alcohol on a Sunday, and I got yelled at, and I'm just like, who gives a shit? It's like 11:45 a.m. on a Sunday, like 15 minutes till like
you'd get like a Karen at like 11:45.
Yeah,
and be like, I'll wait.
Yeah, and they had to. They literally waited because my manager was like, "You can't sell this to them," and I'm just like, by the time they get home, it's gonna be fucking 12 o'clock, and they can drink it. So I don't see what the point of like not selling it to them 15 minutes before 12. That's just me. I don't know. That's just one man's opinion.
I think on Saturday nights, like you can buy like alcohol from like a store up until like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Or I don't know all those laws. Who knows?
Well, maybe one of these
Stuff is just
episodes,
so hard to get.
if we dive a little bit deeper into the laws in Texas, we can get one of our buddies who is a lawyer here to maybe help us
Understand.
and maybe not talk shit the entire time and
Yeah,
give you some factual
about some stuff we are not experts in whatsoever.
Yeah, just because we have a podcast does not mean we are experts in these topics whatsoever.
We're winging it right now.
Yes, that was all live, us looking it up and winging it. So you're welcome. But yeah, as I said, that's just one man's opinion or two men's opinion.
Okie dokie now. Okay, that's about it for all the questions that we had.
Cool.
Do you have anything else you would like to say or talk about to everyone watching right now?
Thank you so much if you've managed to hang on this long. I really truly appreciate it. This is it's a work of art in the process of
we are still developing this. We're
it.
trying to find our niche, what we will gravitate towards. We will probably always ask for people to submit their own questions for stuff they want to hear us talk about.
Also, any sponsorships as well. If anyone wants to, reach out to us and have anything in the future, collabs or anything, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Work out whatever the details need to be for it.
Yeah.
We can put your plant right here. Well, all right. Well, I think that will be Captain Aidan and Dom the Swab episode 1.
Yes.
In the books. Please come back for the next episode. We'll try to have it out as soon as possible.
Yeah, we're
Thank
trying
you
to
so
go.
much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Bye.
Do